Hello, Hidrin, and welcome back to my channel. Of course, I'm just playing around and joking a little bit with with my title and my intro. It's just how I want to, it seems like that's what people want to hear when they go to these cryptocurrency channels. When Moon, when Bitcoin 20,000, when Bitcoin 14,000, when Bitcoin 1,000, that kind of stuff. Well, sorry guys, you got clickbait. You're not gonna get that from me in this channel. Hi Steven. Good evening. It's 7:30 once again, 7:30 p.m. For me, UTC +8. So thank you once again for joining me wherever you are watching around the world. So let's start with how we are always starting, but this time we have a Starbucks with us to be enjoying the live stream. And it's been a while that I didn't have a good old Starbucks because of the lockdown, but it's back. Yes, finally it's back. And yes, when Lambo. Yes, I remember that. Wow, that was a big long period where we always had like all these memes of how many bitcoins it was for one Lambo, and then actually I remember Lamborghini actually sold some Lambos for Bitcoin. Those were the times, wasn't it? Right? Good evening, Adam. Welcome to the channel once again, and you're very welcome, and appreciate it as well. So yeah, let's take a look at the COVID situation on how things are at the latest numbers. Okay, boop. The US still leading number one, but they also have the largest amount of tests apparently. So maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, 85,000 over 85,000 people dead in the US. So that's less good news. Russia is spiking up, and Brazil as well. Those are the two upcoming countries. Apparently they started testing a little bit more, and yeah. Let's take a look at the chart. Where is my coronavirus chart? We are at a total globally confirmed cases of close to 4.5 million, and yeah, we finally start to flatten a little bit. Let's take a look at the countries. US is starting to flatten a little bit. Russia still bad. UK still bad. Spain slower, but still sloping up. Italy still sloping up, and Brazil still sloping up as well. So yeah, situation, we still are looking at when is this going to finally gonna start flattening and actually going down, or actually the green line going up, the total recovery, right? That's what we are aiming for. But luckily in some countries, like for example here in Russia, you can see that the amount of recoveries is actually spiking up as well, right? We want a bullish cross, a bullish cross with the green and the red line. That's the bullish cross here. That's what we want. All right. Okay, let's move on to our content of today and follow up with what happened yesterday, right? So I think Alex is going to be very angry and upset at me because Bitcoin didn't go to over 10K, right? So he's going to be telling me, but you told me that we were going to go to 10.4K. What is going on? Your title said so. And today your title is saying we're going to $14,000. When is that going to happen? Well, sorry, you got scammed, bro. You got scammed. Anyways, so what happened yesterday? So a quick recapitulation from what I told you guys yesterday. So yesterday I told you guys we are forming this rising wedge, and if we would be going up higher than this point here at the 10,080, something like that, we would most likely be heading towards our box up higher around the 10.4 10.5k line or something like that. Of course, the probabilities, what I said was probabilities is still higher that we would going to be breaking down where towards around this green box around here, and that's basically what happened, right? We broke down from this rising wedge, went down and spiked approximately into our green box. And the reason why I told you guys that that green box was a good support and that we would most likely will be bouncing was, of course, we got here, this top here, this top here, this top here that broke up, but then went back down and became support and broke up back there. Then it fully broke down here. We got a spike here. We got a spike here. I mean, that it broke up. And once again, we went back into support. So many touches on that horizontal line. Of course, how can it not be? It went back down to that level right there. So for me, it was pretty simple. This is what I call a retest of the yellow line, or the EMA 21 on the 4-hour chart. And of course, I told you I've drawn this line as well. So our rising wedge became our channel, our upwards channel, and that's what we're forming right now. So if we can delete this this line here, so it's not a rising anymore, but it is a rising channel still. And what typically happens after a rising channel also breaks down, and that's the reason why I'm still waiting for it to break down a little bit more. That's basically what I'm waiting for, right? So what is going on right now? So we broke down near our green box right here. We trended back into that box, and we trended back up higher, and here we are forming, of course, this still is our major resistance line at 9,800 around here. And then most likely we will be coming back down from pretty soon as well. I'm thinking this is most likely our new resistance that we are building, and even though if we even spike up here, most likely we'll be trending back down as well, because the probability obviously are higher that we are going down. And not only that, of course, everything else that we've talked about yesterday, about that the daily, the weekly, everything is looking a little bit more tired, is obviously still valid, right? The week is not over yet. The daily is not going to suddenly change the trend or something like that. Hi Martin, is it possible to subscribe for signals? No, I don't do any signals. So I don't, you know, there's no course that you can sign up, there's no group that you can sign up, there's no signal group that you can sign up or anything like that. If you want to, this is what you get. Basically, this is what you get, and you're supposed to put in the effort and either learn and do something with it, or, you know, you can just pay other most likely non-profitable traders to be paying them and get signals that are most likely rubbish as well. So it's up to you. But I don't recommend any signal groups, and I won't be charging people for any signals or anything like that as well. Hi Henry, welcome back once again. The group is almost complete here. We're still missing Vahe. Vahe was here also for the last couple of days, but he's here not here just yet. And Javen is always here as well. Where are they? Are they giving up on me? Huh? Are they giving up on me? Hi Rajam, welcome to the channel as well. So where are we? Where were we? So yeah, so instead of the rising wedge that gave us a very high, you know, a very sharp downfall, we are now creating a oh, Darwi, yes. Sorry Darwi, I forgot about you. Welcome back once again. Hi Piotr as well. Wow, we got we have the whole crew here tonight. Everybody is excited because I told everybody that Bitcoin is gonna go to 14,000, right? That's why everybody is here now. I got everybody's attention. I'm gonna start making those crazy titles. Apparently it works, and then we get all these noobs coming on in, and then they are in shock with the content or with what I'm spouting here, and then they're like, oh, what the fuck? What is this? Anyways, you're welcome, Rasham. You're welcome. So yeah, back to where we are at. So usually what happens when we break out from a rising channel, the strength of the drop will be most likely not as strong as when we are going from a rising wedge, which is kind of normal, right? So just imagine we are going in this sort of like parabolic move, and then of course the pullback is going to be quite strong, right? So what is happening right now is we are still trending in this channel. We got a little pullback. We're still trying to break up a little bit higher, but it doesn't work out most likely. And then we are eventually, most likely, it is still going back down to that green box is most likely where we'll be ending up during the weekend or something like that. At least that's what I'm expecting. Yeah, an IPSE. I hope so too, because I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm also not against it that it goes to like 5,000. I'm not against it as well. I'm sorry, but I'm not against it as well, as long as I can either long or short it, right? I mean, the direction is not what I care the most about. But yeah, so yesterday I told you guys we have this sort of like this double top pattern is being formed, and there's a couple of crucial things that we have to be considering about. The first thing is, like, as you can see here, this wick here made a lower than the previous daily candle, and that's something that is quite important. So even though we have this long wick up right now, I do think that we will go a little bit lower once again, because it's basically punctured our previous daily candle. It didn't held up the support line that we had from yesterday, right? So that's one of the reasons why I still think that we will most likely be trending more down from now until most likely during the weekend as well. And as you know, during the weekend, you know, hi Vahe, the big dump is very near. Oh, are you sure? Are you really sure? Are we not going to the moon? Are we not going to 20,000? Isn't everybody supposed to be buying Bitcoin right now? That is the big question, isn't it? Right. Anyways, let me continue. So what I'm seeing is most likely we'll be trending a little bit more down as well for those particular reasons. First of all, we got a double top, sort of a double top rejection. We have a daily candle that has that punctured a lower low in comparison with the previous daily candle. So for me, most likely we will go a little bit lower. Do I think that we will go a lot lower? No, I don't think so. We have to understand the very long the macro trend as well. And in the macro trend, if we look at the 2-day, as long as we are still trending above all these above the yellow line, above the EMA 55, the green line, above the EMA 200 as well, and as long as this green line is diverging from the purple line, everything is real good. Actually, everything is very bullish, rather than, it's even better than good. Very bullish. And we can clearly see that around this level here, we are forming like a crazy amount of support, and that is around the $8,600 line. So if we go back to our daily chart, this is the green box that I've written here, that I've made here. There's a lot of support there. So do I think that this box is going to be punctured anytime soon? I don't really think so. So most likely what we'll be seeing is some sort of like a pattern that is going to be forming during the next couple of weeks, really. Like, what am I expecting is something like this, right? Something like this. Really, like something where people will be thinking like up, down, up. Maybe it will go up, maybe it will go down. What are we gonna do? Doubt, hesitation, you know. But do I think that we will immediately break through this resistance line? I don't think so, because this resistance line is since how long was it? Since here, June 2026. So yeah, that's pretty long time already, right? So before we break this resistance line, I still think that it will take a while before we get there, right? So I don't think it will be immediately, but it's definitely possible, right? It's definitely possible. We cannot, you know, the bulls have actually are in control right now, right? We are in a upswing. Momentum is on the upside, right? But do I think that does that mean that we won't have any pullbacks? Of course we are, right? So, but you know, let's see. I'm not, as long as we don't break this resistance line and close a daily candle above it, I'm still we're still technically in a weekly downtrend, right? So where's my weekly chart? Here. So we are here, right? This is the weekly chart. And you can clearly see here high, and then we have a higher low rejection, higher low rejection, higher low rejection, higher low rejection right now. So as long as we keep rejecting that resistance line, we are technically still in a weekly downtrend. And this candle here, although it looks like it's peaking a little bit up above out of that channel, the week is not over yet, right? So we will only see what the status is of this candle by Monday morning for me, basically, right? And yeah, for example, if we go back to like 9,000 or something like that, then it will be another rejection, right? It won't be closing above this resistance line. But like I said, if we start going towards, like, you know, if we close this above 10k or something like that, yeah, sure, you know, like, you know, the bulls have everything in control right now. So we could get there, but do I think it's immediately for now? Maybe. I want to see what happens by the end of the month, and the end of the month is not that long anymore for people who are so impatient. It's only a couple of weeks away, so the monthly candle will most likely give us way more information as well. So that's for the long term, but we can't really be bearish for now, as long as you can see here, all our moving averages are on the are still below the price right now, right? So they are supporting the price. So yeah, we you know, it could happen anytime. It could. So yeah. Hi Zamir, he's telling when to enter to go to the moon. Well, you can enter right now, and if we go to the moon, then you will be on the moon. So it all depends on what your perspective is, right? There are people who are just buying now and they are just waiting for it. You know, they have patience. They're gonna wait 5 years, 10 years, and it will go to the moon eventually. That's what the investor. So for people who are thinking like, well, if I buy now at, what is it, 9,600, or I'm buying it at 5,000, very little different if it goes to 100,000, right? And you kind of have a point there. But if you are a day trader like me, the difference between longing 9,600 and longing 5,000 is quite substantial. Let's put it like that. Right. So that's not what I'm gonna do. So yeah, it really depends on you. If you know, if you feel comfortable and how long or what you want to do with your Bitcoins, right? If you are planning on trading Bitcoin, it's never a bad moment to be buying Bitcoin, because if you are a trader, you can just if the price goes down, you can short it, and then you will have more Bitcoin. And if you believe in Bitcoin, you will get. I mean, if you long Bitcoin, you can get even more Bitcoin, right? I mean, that's the whole purpose of trading, where the direction, it doesn't matter; it's the volatility that matters. Okay, so. Back to my short-term chart. As you can see right now, we are hovering around this 9,500 green box right here. So it's been trending up and down a little bit around that area. And yeah, pretty much everything that yesterday I have been telling is still valid for now. So if the price, for example, if the price goes up here and breaks the previous high here on this candle, I still think that we will be going towards this green box here, 10.4, 10.5 area, something like that. So if that happens, I will gladly, happily switch over into a long. Until then, of course, I am still in my short position. Well, I took a lot of profits already here at 9.3k, around 9.3k, because that was our EMA 21 at that point in time. So I still have a little bit of a short position from 9,875, something like that, that I'm still holding on, because I still think that we will go a little bit lower during the weekend or during the night time or something like that. And the reason for that is, of course, this structure that we are building right now. We are building a rising channel, and you know, it's starting to look quite weak with the daily candle as well that already punctuated. We have sort of like a double top that is being confirmed, and we also have some bearish divergence. Well, how can we see bearish divergence? Well, let's take a look. We take a line chart here, and we can see here that we have a higher high that we made on the price. And what can we see on the RSI? Take a look on the RSI. On that particular spot, we have a lower high, right? So price made a higher high and RSI made a lower high. What does that mean? That is divergence. And if you don't know how to find divergence, let's go to our cheat sheet. You can clearly see here, price makes a higher high and the RSI or any indicator is making a lower high. So we have regular bearish divergence. Yes, you can learn something here also while watching this. Anyways, so yes, we got some bearish divergence as well, although that bearish divergence might already have been played out because we did make a substantial amount of drop already. But I still don't think that we are done just yet. We are just holding this channel right now, but I think eventually it will break, and pretty soon, rather than late, I assume as well. Another reason why I think that's the case is, of course, our historical volatility percentile. I told you guys yesterday already. Where am I looking at? Hop, here. I told you guys it is contracting, and when it drops below in single digits, as you can see, at one point it will spike up out of that triangle, and most likely it happens around 70 to 75% before the triangle hits the end of the diagonal, right? Usually it never reaches the apex. Around 70 to 75% before that, it will spike out of it, and we will get a movement. And I told you guys we will get a movement of around like $400 to $500, and ta-da! That's what happens, right? We were at the price of right now close to $10,000, and we went back down to like 9.2K, something like that. So yeah, a nice $700 to $800 that we went down. So that is perfect for a trader. That's what I was looking for. Of course, we didn't know what the direction was. We didn't know if it was going to go to the upside or the downside, because the historical volatility percentile doesn't show you any direction. But of course, we are trying to form a higher probability on the direction through other indicators, right? So that's what I told you guys about, the reason why I was shorting that position at around 9.9K, why I explained it to you guys, why I was shorting that position. Anyways, so as you can see right now, we are yellow, means that the push is almost over, but not just there yet. Usually what happens is it will go a little bit more until it becomes red, and then becomes red, and then it will contract once again, slowly contract, and then expand once again, and then we get the next push, right? So we can remove that. That is what already happened. So we will be waiting patiently for our next move. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just waiting to close my position, because of course the weekend is coming up, and I do not trade during the weekends because I hate the volume that is during the weekends, and also so much fuckery is going on. So I just don't trade during the weekends. And yeah, I'm waiting for my position to be closed, basically, right? So let's see what happens during the night. Also, as you can see right here, RSI is currently under the EMA, which is, you know, it's not good, right? So MACD also, as you can see here, starting to tick, almost curling down as well. We have our stock indicators. Momentum is definitely going to the downside as well. So we have all the momentum that is showing us that the highest probability is gonna go more to the downside, and it makes sense, right? I mean, I don't think that if somebody would be seeing this pattern and this momentum and this and that, would be very bullish right now, right? But do I think that once we hit this level here, around this level here, well, we might go a little bit lower, but I don't think we will go that much lower. There's a huge amount of support, as you can see here already, at the 8.8K line or something like that. So we'll definitely have a big and strong bounce, I'm pretty sure, if we would be going back down there. So I'm definitely not bearish or anything like that. I'm just making a trade on this situation, right? So for people who are thinking like, oh, he's such a bear, he's shorting, it's just because the indicator was telling me that there would be a move, and I just probabilities for me was just on the higher side that it would be going down. That's the only reason why I shorted. Okay, so what do I want to say as well is the following. Oh yeah, do you remember yesterday when I was talking to you about the S&P, that I was looking that it would be hitting the moving average, the red line, the moving average, the 200 moving average? And ta-da! Yesterday, what happened is, yes, Sometimes it seems that an oracle is working for me. Well, that's actually my baby boy. When he farts, he actually tells me the direction of Bitcoin. Okay, okay, maybe that wasn't a funny joke, but yeah, there's no oracle. I'm just saying this structure was most likely going to be breaking down. That's the reason why. And the next one of the most used indicator or moving average in the stock traditional market is the moving average 200 and the moving average 50. So those are the two areas or lines, and the 100 as well, of course. Those are the lines that you should be paying attention if you are trading traditional markets. And so as you can see here, we made a push down towards that moving average 200, and of course we bounced back up. But when I was seeing this during the day, where we regained the yellow line, the yellow line, the EMA 21, and it was trying to, and it gets rejected all the time from the green line, the EMA 55. I was pretty confident that we are going to have a lower low, and that is what is going to happen most likely today as well. As you can see here, we are getting a substantial red line as well. So yeah, if we take a look at the VIX went down into our rising, and it was to our falling wedge, but it's supported by the moving average 200 as well, and most likely it's going to make a bounce later on today when the stock market, New York Stock Exchange is going to be open at 9:30 p.m. for me. So that's like in an hour and a half for me, something like that. So I think the S&P is going to make a move, and we are most likely going to see even lower prices and at least retest this line, but I think it will break, right? I think it will go lower this time. And where do I see it going? Well, somewhere around this line here, our previous support 273, 273.36, something like that. So shorting, I'm currently in the shorts on this position here, on this EMA 55 line, because for me that was an easy short as well on the S&P. Anyways, I missed my position on gold. I told you guys yesterday it was like a coin flip, even if we would be going down or going up out of that triangle, and it chose to go up. So I missed my long position. I'm still waiting for it, and I'm a bit worried that I will be missing it, because most likely this is, like I said, this is most likely going to go to like 1800 or something like that. Things are looking pretty bullish for gold, but yeah, sadly enough, didn't manage to get another position on gold. I was hoping that it would go to like 1620 or something like that. That triangle that I was hoping that it would break down. It didn't break down. So yeah, sadly enough, it was this triangle here. This see, I was hoping that it would, if we make a measured move, I was hoping that it would do something like this, and then break down from here, somewhere here, right? And then hit our green line here, which is around 1620, 1615, something like that. So that was what I was hoping for, but instead it did this. And where is it gonna go? Well, here you can see my red line here. It's most likely gonna go towards 1830 or something like that. So definitely bullish for gold right now. We'll see if I can still manage to get something to squeeze into gold after the weekend. Maybe we will have some a little pullback to it won't be much though, like maybe 1700 or something like that, and try to get a position there. But yeah, if I miss it, I'll miss it. You know, it's not something that bad. Hi Henry. XRP will be breaking down. Well, you know how I care so much about altcoins, right? You know how much I care so much about altcoins. I don't care about altcoins. They're all going to die. That's what I think. I'm just kidding. They're not all gonna die, but you shouldn't be so caring about altcoins, because you should only have a very, very small percentage of your portfolio into altcoins, and therefore you should not be caring as much and putting more and more effort into the things that should be a lot in your portfolio. But yeah. Anyways, so what am I thinking? What am I'm going around a bit? Yeah, so S&P most likely is going to be down. So I shorted this position here around here on this green line. I think it was like 2860 or something like that. So waiting for that to break down, S&P to be breaking down. Hopefully it's going to be breaking down. We'll be taking profit once again already at this red line or the moving 200 average, because people, you know, love, and bots and algos love to buy at that level, at the simple moving simple 200 moving average. So definitely going to be closing some positions there. But yeah, looks very profitable, or looks pretty good to me. I think it's gonna go lower by today, basically. Let's go back to our favorite Bitcoin. Where are we at? Interesting. So we closed our 12-hour candle, so we can take a look at the expected moves chart. And as you can see here, so for me, the two most important areas are this area, of course, this green line around 9.8, okay, 9.8, and this line here around let's say 9.2. Those are the two areas that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking that it's gonna go to 9.2. Let's see what the math says, right? Let's see what the math says. The math says first standard deviation on the top side is 9,873. Yes, that's pretty much the area that I'm expecting, right? That's what I've told you. And the bottom first standard deviation move is at 9,267. Wow. That's also kind of what I'm expecting. And the slope is where? Towards the downside. Amazing. Yes, so the math is actually telling me that I am perfectly correct and I am an oracle. I'm just kidding. But anyways, so expected moves chart is telling me what is supposed to be doing, and I kind of agree with it as well. Something very interesting, maybe more interesting, is this. So we are starting to contract on the 12-hour chart, as you can see here. The horizontal horizontal volatility percentile is starting to contract as well. And if this 12-hour starts to contract towards very low numbers, single digits, then of course we can expect a very big move once again, right? And this is on the 12-hour chart, although the time that it has been contracting is very small, right? The time that it has been contracting is very small, so the move is not going to be that generous or that big or anything like that. But as you can see here, this apex is very near, right? So what are we looking at? 17 May, so maybe a Monday or Sunday. Yeah, Sunday or Monday we could have a move. So during the weekend, sadly enough, I won't be participating in this move most likely, but I'll be following up and analyzing things together with you guys here, of course. But yeah, what else can we say? Momentum, as you can see here, starting to curl down and crossing the moving average. Let's take a look at the RSI. RSI is not there yet, but it's starting to curl back down as well. When do we have a cross down? The cross down is when the price is below 9,536. So if the next 12-hour close, so tomorrow morning, is below 9,536, we'll have a RSI cross down that is below the EMA. Once again, not good for the price, obviously, right? So for Bitcoin, I don't think, is there anybody who still doesn't understand or is still confused what I think that's going to happen? Well, let me put it out there. If we go up and we break this high line here, then most likely we will be going, oops, and I moved the green box. We will most likely be seeing a target around this area here, around the 10.4 or 10.5. If the price breaks down here, this box here, and out of this beautiful rising channel, where do I see it happening? Going back down here in this green box here, most likely around 9 point here, the 0.5 pip level, 9,126, 9,150, something around there. The EMA 55 is at 9,177. So somewhere around that range. Okay, guys. So if it goes to 9,178, please don't shoot me, right? Because I was wrong for $1 or something like that. That's basically the area or the zone that I am expecting. Do I think that it will immediately break? Well, most likely no. Once again, we can clearly see here top, a lot of action here. So it will take a while, or at least we will have a small bounce most likely before we even can consider it breaking. So what is most likely going to happen is that we'll go back down here and then make a small bounce at least to this level once again on the 9.5k most likely. That is what I'm expecting. No audio. You cannot hear me? There is audio. Who cannot hear me? Daryl? Maybe you didn't turn on your sound or your volume. Guys, is there a problem with the audio? Can somebody tell me if there's a problem with the audio? Can everybody still hear me clear, loud and clear? And no reaction. Maybe there's some delay. I think there's some delay with the stream. Is there still audio? You guys can still hear me, right? Okay, can hear. Whew. My God. So Daryl, thank you for what? You cannot hear? What is it? Some people can hear, some people cannot hear. Okay. Okay. God damn it. Daryl, you deserve a ban. I'm just kidding. Anyways, where was I? Yeah. So most likely, I do believe that it's gonna go down towards this green box around that area. Do I think it's going to be going lower? Maybe later, maybe next week. It might go back lower, but okay, Daryl, it's the mute button. So maybe it will go a little bit lower. If you're asking me, where do I think that it will eventually end up by next week or something like that, if you would put a gun to my head, most likely this area, 9.6k. I do think that eventually, with some bounces, I think most likely we'll end up here. But once again, that's just speculation. That's a lot of speculation. That's a lot of ifs and this and that, right? But that's why we are analyzing things on a daily basis, so we can adjust our plan. But a lot of people will be hating that, right? They'll be saying like, but you told me that it's gonna go like this, and then you adjusted your plan and suddenly it's 10,500. You are incorrect. You are wrong. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'll most likely be wrong plenty of times. So but that's what trading is all about. You have to just be more correct many times than incorrect. And also, please do not hate me if I'm wrong, because I am not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. I'm just doing this for pure entertainment. And whatever you do with your money is your own responsibility. Oladokun, trading on BTC, who have bought already, are you saying to sell off now? No, I'm not saying that you should be selling off now or at all. Because I don't know what you want to do with your Bitcoins. I don't know what your plan is. I don't know what your strategy is. I don't know what your whole plan is, right? So I'm not going to give you any advice on what you should be doing. If you are an adult, you should be able to distinguish and do what you want to do with your own money. What I'm only doing is, like I said, giving my own personal opinion and how I'm going about on my trades. And I have to say, this month has been pretty amazing, right? I mean, if you've been following my channel, people are saying that if you've listened carefully to what I've been saying, you also know that most of the trades that I've been making have been very, 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 very good. So I'm definitely not complaining for this month. I can afford to buy some diapers for the baby, and today I even am so blessed that I can afford a Starbucks coffee. So yeah, life is good. So that's for Bitcoin. Short term, I still believe that we are going to be dropping down during the weekend around this area here for all the previously reasons that I have been saying, right? Is it possible that it can go otherwise? Of course. And where do we see things going otherwise? Of course, when we hit this higher point from yesterday, right? So risk wise, it's quite good. It's easy to put a risk, and yeah, I don't think it's if you are in a position right now, same as me, where you have like a yes, Darby. That's how we roll, from the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top, now we're here. So yeah, what did I wanted to say a little bit more? 12 hours. Yeah, the 12-hour candle, right? Let's take a look at the 12-hour candle. As you can see here, we have a bearish engulfing candle in comparison with the previous candle. So yeah, once again, that's not a very bullish formation. I'm pretty confident to say that the probabilities are higher that we are most likely trending more to the downside as well, right? And we are waiting for this one to be showing us the signal that we'll most likely have a big move once again. But once again, we don't know if that big move is going to be, to the upside or the downside or anything like that. Just gonna take a quick look at my S&P. There we go. Beautiful red candle. Here comes the money. And yes, come on, a little bit more, please. S&P, please. 277, 2776, and I can buy more diapers, and maybe tomorrow I can afford another Starbucks. Yes. That would be very good. And gold, god damn it, gold keeps going up. Go down. I need my position. Anyways, so I think are we clear on what I'm thinking about Bitcoin? I hope so. If you don't, please rewind the video, and please don't complain if you don't understand. And then double top. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is, because actually that title that I'm thinking that maybe we will go to 14,000 is not really a joke. Some people will think that it's a joke, but it kind of is a joke, but it kind of is not a joke as well, because it's definitely a probability. And I will show you the bullish scenario, that the reason why I think that it actually has a probability, right? So let's remove this first so we can see a little bit better no, let's not do that. Let's just make a new chart so that it doesn't get completely convoluted. Okay, new chart. Yes, let's remove all the crap. Yes, and then let's remove. Okay, so boom. Let's put it on the weekly chart, and let's make it on the Bitstamp so we can see more data. More data is always good. Okay, so this is the weekly chart on Bitstamp. So what I've been talking about is, of course, this gigantic fucking trend line that has been since forever, right? That's the trend line that we are trying to break, right? Let's put it on log. It'd be easier to see. Okay, that's the trend line that we are trying to break. It has been there forever. Okay, so what can we see here? So since we had this bull run here, some people might say that this is a bullish pennant or a triangle. We can put something like this, right? Okay, bullish triangle. So what can happen on a very macro scale is, of course, this could be our ABCDE, right? Let's make an ABCDE pattern. So A, B, C, D, and then we can make a small retracement, and then what happens is we go to the moon. Yes, 14,000, right? Well, more than 14,000. If this breaks up, actually, so yeah, if this breaks up, we can make a measured move, right? If we make a measured move of this triangle, measured move would be 22,000. Yes, the moon, 22,000 if we break this pennant like that. So yeah, that would be pretty bullish, right? Okay, but some people would also think that this would be a something like a channel. So if we make a measure move of that, let's make a measure move of that channel, right? Something like this, and we break up from here, we would get to around 15,000, something like that. Well, a little bit less, 14,500 or something like that, right? So that's definitely a possibility, because if we make a horizontal line here of our previous resistance, yeah, that makes it's like 14.5, I think, something like that, maybe a little bit lower here. It's kind of where we spiked up on our previous point here, right? So somewhere around there. So yeah, 14K is actually definitely a possibility, right? So if we consider this a falling channel, bullish channel with like a capitulation here, we can go to 14K. So like I said, if we start closing above this resistance line, I'm very bullish, right? And once again, we are very near there once again, right? See, we are very near there. But we tried it many times already, right? We tried it a couple of times already, but we haven't break up. But who knows? Maybe this time is the time. Do I personally think that we will be breaking that? Personally, no. But I don't. My personal opinion doesn't really matter, right? I cannot control the market. The market is going to do what the market is going to do. Nobody can say like, okay, it's going to go up. But as a trader, what you can do is the following. The following is, when this trend line breaks, you put yourself into a long position, and then you will make money, right? You don't have to predict what the price is going to be. What you have to do as a trader is let the market come to you. Let the price show you in which direction it's going to be. And you use technical analysis to be profiting on that. So if the price just tells me, okay, I'm going to close a few candles above this resistance line, yes, then I'll just turn it into a long. And something else, what I've told you guys already, if we are breaking below this very important number here, then if price starts closing below that below that price, then I will just short, right? I will be shorting, and most likely we'll be ending up either here with a little bounce and maybe even lower, right? But it will definitely break down quite substantially if we are breaking down that support level, right, of around 7,700 actually, 7,700, because why? It's the weekly moving average, right? If you go to the weekly moving average, if you don't believe me, here the weekly moving average is where is it? This one. What's it? Yeah, somewhere here between the EMA 21, EMA 55 on the weekly, right? So it's around 7,800, something like that. Yeah, so around 7,800. So and then I'll be shorting, right? So for the moon boys, they that's the difference between this channel than another channel, right? When you go to all the other channels, they always have an opinion, right? Either they're like moon boys and they're saying like Bitcoin is going to 20,000 tomorrow or next month or whatever they're saying, or Bitcoin, or you have doom boys, Bitcoin is going to zero, it's going to crash right now, it's going to die, right? Cool. But then you have people like me, and it's not a very popular view, because people don't understand this. People are saying like, what is this guy saying? It can go up and it can go down. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Can't you make it simple for me? Can't you just break it down? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Why don't you tell me? Well, I'm telling you it can go up or it can go down. I don't know actually, but what I do know is where I will be putting my positions. Where I'm going to put my position is, well, when it breaks up, that particular resistance I'll be putting along. When it breaks down from this support line, I will be putting my short. That's basically what a trader is all about. And a lot of people will not understand that concept. A lot of people will just be wanting to have the easy way, where people are just going to tell you, so it will go down or it will go up 30%, short now. And that's why you have these signal groups, right? They are trying to scam you into, into a horrible TA most of the times. Most of the times they are just gambling. Most of the time they have no clue what they are doing, or they have a little bit of a clue, but they're not consistent. And what happens is they just take the fees or the money that is coming from you as revenue, so they can trade and lose all the money themselves. That's basically usually what happens. So once again, if you are making money, if you're following some group that is making money, good for you, stick with it. I'm happy for you. As long as you're making money, I am happy for you as well. But that's not what my channel or what I am doing on my end. My end is trying to improve and finding strategies where I can put myself into positions where I can profit highly, and where I can be minimal risk, right? Yes, Tina, the euro and the dollar are going to be crashing. I'm just kidding. I don't think it will be crashing. It sounds very weird with all the money that is being printed right now, but actually the dollar and the euro are actually the strong money, and it's actually the other currencies that are going to be suffering from all this money printing first, because all the central banks are currently printing money. It's not only the euro or it's only the dollar, and believe it or not, the dollar is being used for the world economy for trading, so that means that is still considered the good money and the most valuable money, because the money that you can use the most things for is considered the good money. And if you watched one of my previous old videos, there is a law called the Gresham law, and the Gresham law is telling that the good money will always take over the bad money. Why? Because they will be spending the bad money and keeping or saving or hodling the good money. And believe it or not, the dollar and the euro is actually the good money. And how do you know that? You can just go to the DXY chart, and you will see that actually the DXY chart has been going up during this major crash. It has actually been a hedge with the S&P crash. So yeah, that is my opinion on the dollar and the euro. So where was I? Long-term macro perspective. Okay, macro perspective. What is probabilities? What do I think is most likely is going to happen? Right. So if this is a channel, then and we get rejected once more time, we'll go back to like 5.5k, something like that. I don't think that is improbable as well, to be honest. For the Doom boys or the Bear boys, the big bears among us, this can also be considered a broadening wedge. Broadening wedge is this pattern. Then it will go something like this, and it will go down more, right? Then we are looking at around 4k, something like that. And if it prolongs even longer, of course, this is a horrible drawing, right? But yeah, if it gets a little bit longer, something like that, it can even go to like a 3k area. Then we'll be revisiting the lows of in January, right? Where we had the 3.1k. So that's possible as well. So those are actually the probable situations that I am foreseeing on a macro level on Bitcoin. So one, a very bullish idea. Very bullish idea is that what happens now is we consolidate a little bit, form some sort of like a bull flag here, and then we break up. That would be the most bullish thing. And I know a lot of people don't believe it, but it's definitely possible. Definitely with the momentum that is ongoing right now, it's definitely possible. So
keep your mind open for it. We are actually more bullish than bearish. Like I said, when you look at the charts weekly, we are above all moving averages. Monthly is above the EMA 55, above the EMA 21. On the macro perspective, that is very bullish. Will it happen immediately? I don't think so. Like I said, price is most likely going to form some sort of a bullish pennant, and then only we have the power to break up, because this resistance line is huge, right? So if it's going to happen, most likely, you know, next month or something like that. Maybe next month. Possible, definitely possible. But the more higher probability is that we are just forming another triangle, and we will get most likely something like this, rejection, and then try it. When it fails, we try and try and try again. That's basically what is definitely possible as well, right? So the W pattern is also very possible, right? When we get this sort of pattern, W pattern, that would be cool as well. And yeah, a lot of course, there's a lot of macro perspectives that can happen, right? So was it kind of a joke that we can go to 14K? Kinda, because you know, it's just to attract some attention, but it's definitely possible, right? So I would say keep your mind open for it. But do I think it's a very high probability? Well, not that much. God damn it, you have to go down, S&P. You have to go down more, or else I won't be able to afford my Starbucks tomorrow. Okay. Did something happen to Bitcoin? No, it's still hovering around this area, something like that. Okay, nothing much different. Okay, so what do we have? Yes, I got a request from one of the viewers to give my opinion on Monero. Yes, another shit coin. But that's what people love, these altcoins. It's just so amazing. But that's also most likely how people got into Bitcoin, right? So here is for our member. Let's take a look at Monero XMR. Let's take it on Binance, I guess. Let's go to Binance. Okay. So this is the chart on Monero on the weekly. Well, it's an amazing chart, right? Look at this, guys. Look at this. Oh my god. Like heartbeat. Oh my god. Guys, lower highs. Just a pullback. It's 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 just a pullback. It can't go lower, bro. It can't go lower, bro. Anyways, this is not a good chart. So just straight up, it is not a good chart, right? It's not a good chart. Let's go into a smaller time frame and see what we can find, or see what we can do here, right? Let's add in maybe some indicators so that we can see some EMAs and some lines, shall we? So on the daily, we are still trending below the EMA 21, which is obviously not good. Bearish crosses. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It got rejected firmly here from the green line on the daily. Definitely not looking good. Where do I think that it will be going? At least with Bitcoin, yeah, I think it's going to go down lower here to 0.00647 satoshis, something like that. That would be my first support line, and then I do believe that it's most likely gonna hit even lower, most likely towards this area here, in this green box here, which is around 0.0063 yeah, 6,300 satoshis, something like that. It doesn't look good. Yeah, Doesn't look good for Monero. Yeah. Yeah, I mean this it had a nice recovery, a nice bounce here and a nice bounce here, but yeah, it's completely what can we say about that? Look at this. Is this some sort of like descending wedge, the descending triangle? I guess so. I guess this is another descending triangle. Do you want to see what the measured move is from this? I don't think you want to see what the measured move is from this. Let's take a look. Let's take a medium expected moves, right, from there to down here. We're looking at 0.042 satoshis. So yeah, not very good, is it? Not very good. Yeah, I don't know what to say. If we are looking at in satoshis, it looks horrible. It looks really bad. But that's the case for most altcoins. If we are going to look into dollars, it's going to be different, of course, because it will just follow Bitcoin, right? So right now, dollar base above all moving averages, so that's good. So in dollar perspective, dollar pairing, this looks more constructive. So yeah, but extremely heavy resistance here, as you can see, this green box here at the $66 level. It keeps getting rejected from there, if we manage to somehow break this level, then I would be seeing it to like $72. That would be my first target, $72, if we manage to break it. So basically, if Bitcoin manages to go back to like the 10.5k, the 10.4k or something like that, I do see Monero following, of course, and going towards these type of levels as well, to the $72 or something like that. Everything looks okay, but once again, if Bitcoin crashes and goes down, it's going to pull Monero back down as well. So since I'm expecting Bitcoin to be going down during the weekend, I think this is going to be pulling back to like 62 and a quarter and form some base there if the 200 moving average is right here as well, right, the purple line. So yeah, purple line is at 61.36. So yeah, that's most likely where I would be thinking that it will be going. I think it will bounce from there though. So 61. So I short term, very short term, because I think Bitcoin is going to be going down as well, right? So short term 61.36, and most likely it will bounce there because Bitcoin is most likely going to be bouncing as well at around the 9.1k ish, 9.2k ish line as well. Okay, so yeah. Other than that, if you look at into satoshis, pretty bad. Okay, what about Litecoin? Well, since we're gonna go for shit coins, why not? Why the fuck not? Let's go into Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Wow, let's take a look at the weekly. Amazing. Wait, let's not do it on Coinbase because they don't have much data. Let's go for Bitfinex. It has more data. Let's take a look. Wow, yikes. Yeah. Doesn't look good, does it? Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Are we forming some sort of like gigantic descending triangle? I guess something like that. A gigantic descending triangle, something like that. Yeah, not good. Let's take a look on the daily basis. Wow, ouchie. Woo! Look at this, guys. You can see how far we are from all the moving averages, and it's diverging. It's getting worse. It's just getting worse. Yeah, this is getting hammered. This is wow. This is insane. Just a pullback, bro. Just a pullback. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, it's probably gonna go down lower. That's what I think. Yeah, it's probably gonna go lower. Not really. Don't really what to say. Know what to say. Yeah, this doesn't look good, right? I mean, this is not a good chart. Litecoin is probably gonna go lower. I would not be wanting to be holding Litecoin in comparison with Bitcoin. That's what I'm saying. I would prefer Bitcoin over Litecoin. Okay, but let's take a look. Let's be positive and let's take a look at Litecoin US dollar, right? Right, guys? Litecoin US dollars. It's so much better. It's so much better. Litecoin. Oh, Litecoin not good. Still closed below the EMA 21, below the yellow line, and the green line, the EMA 55. So yeah, not good. Very heavy resistance here at 46.5. Very heavy resistance there. Has not managed to break up above it. So if Bitcoin would be going up, where would be my first target? My first target would be if it goes really, if Bitcoin goes high, around the $50. $50 if Bitcoin pulls up. Where would I think it will be going for this weekend, or down? Most likely here in this pocket area here, around what's that, $41 and a half. Yeah, small pullback to like $41 and a half, and same as Bitcoin. I do think it will bounce from there, so Litecoin most likely will be bouncing from there as well, right? So yeah, that would be, but it's not a very good chart. It's actually worse than Monero. Monero is actually doing better than Litecoin. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Okay, that's enough shit coins for today. Let's take a look if something changed during Bitcoin. Nope, it's still rare. It's still there. It's still there. It's still there. Did something change there? Nope. Still going lower. Still going lower. We are at the, how much are we? Number 4 on the TD sequential. That's so yeah, more pullback is expected. It just went into yellow. So yeah, nothing new. Yellow is not red. Yellow is not red. We haven't crossed just yet on the here. Let's see if we crossed already here on the RSI. I think we did on the 4 hour. We did cross already on the downside. Let's see how much we got to tick before we get back up. We need to tick above 9661. So if we tick above 9661, then we'll most likely be heading towards a higher target once again, toward the upside of this rising channel, something like that. So quite easy to understand. If we manage to break 9,600, let's say 9666, easy number to remember, right? So what you can do is make a beautiful notification, right? You put a notification here, settings, and I put a notification. Oh, sorry. Here, I'm not going to do it now on TradingView, but you can do a notification on TradingView on the particular price, 9,666. If that price goes up there, then most likely we'll be targeting once again to around this green box here, around let's say 9,800-ish area. Do I think that is probable? Most likely no, because if we look at our Stokes, yes, it is pointed down. If we look at our MACD, yes, it actually crossed just now. Not good. Means that the bears are actually attacking and price is going down on a more quicker pace. Let's take a look. Yes, we are breaking down of the green box. Breaking down from the green box. So yeah. Whew. We went through a lot of TA today. Is your brain tired? I think your brain is all tired. My voice is definitely tired because we crossed over the 1 hour and then my voice kind of starts to be a little bit raspy. I will be saving this Starbucks for tomorrow because, I cannot afford 2 Starbucks in a row. Just kidding. But yeah. Wow. Amazing. Are we going to break out of this rising channel? Down out of this rising channel. Tina, would I get more BTC or if I would? I will always choose the number 1 over the number 2. It's just as simple as that. But is there a possibility that ETH is going up faster than Bitcoin? Very unlikely though. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? The world is so crazy right now, right? Who would have thought that that we would be shutting down the whole economy? Who would have thunk it? But yeah. I'll become a Filipino citizen. No, thank you. I'm not gonna become a Filipino citizen. But my wife is Filipino, so you know, I feel that I am puso, right? I have a Filipino heart. Okay, not gonna make. I'm not gonna try to make Filipino jokes. Okay. But yeah. Let's make a very quick recap, right? So that there's no confusion. I really hate it when people take my word, interpret my words incorrectly. If we break 9,666, most likely we'll be retesting this area here, around 9.8K. Are we interested in that? Not really, but who knows? Maybe you haven't shorted. Then you have a chance to maybe short it over there. Not financial advice. I'm just saying. It's a nice possibility. If not, how can we manage our risk? Well, if we cross here, our 10,080, then we can long it, make some money, go on the bullish choo-choo train, go towards 10.4, 10.5K. It's a nice $400 spread. Why not? Why not? If you are in a position like me and you followed me from yesterday, and we shorted at 9.9K, we took profit here, 9.3K. We managed to upgrade from Gatorade into Starbucks, and we still have a position that is still running, shorting. Yes, we are still shorting. Where are we going to take profits now? Well, here, green line, 9,176. That's it. Very, very, very simple, right? Do I think that that the probabilities is that that we are going down is more high than going up? Yes, I do think so. But weekend is coming. A lot of fuckery is coming. Be careful, guys. Be very, very careful. But something that will be very interesting for tomorrow is, of course, our CME chart. We will have a close in not only the traditional market, but we have a weekly close also on the CME chart. Oh, for the CME trap boys, the gap boys, gap boys, what you gonna do? Yes, gap boys, we have closed the gap. Javen, I think it was Javen that was looking at gaps, or was it somebody else? One of the viewers that was asking me about the gaps. Anyways, that gap is filled, as you can see here. Yesterday, what was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday it got filled. As you can see, over 95%, I think it's 95 or 90%. Yeah, the gap gets filled within a week. So technically, there's only 2 more gaps on the CME chart. 2 more gaps, 11.8 or 3.5. Those are the 2 gaps. Oh, Nikolai, yes, Nikolai, that was you. I'm sorry. I should have known. My brain. I should have known. Yes, Nikolai, the gap is filled. I hope you are happy. The gap is filled, and there's still 2 more gaps, 11.8 or 3.5. Are you a bull? 11.8 gap, let's go for it. Are you a bear? 3.5K gap, let's go for it. One of the 2. When will it be filled? Who knows? In our lifetime, who knows? But most likely it will be filled at one point. Ta-da! Anyways, so was of course, as always, a pleasure, a total pleasure to be hanging out with you. Oh yes, yes, S&P go down. Yes, go down. So yeah, it was a pleasure once again, and it brings me a lot of joy to see all of you guys here on a daily basis. It feels like I am like going to some coffee shop or some pub and just hanging out with a bunch of guys, and that's what we have to do right now. And when there's a total lockdown, right? Nothing else to do than just hang out on virtual places, but while doing something meaningful, right? Do something meaningful, not waste our time while we are in a lockdown. Try to learn new things, try to do something productive, try to make some money somehow. So yeah, but I do appreciate it, and seeing the same guys here on a daily basis, it's always fun. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do on my channel. Try to not hate so much. I know Alex is very passionate, and one day when he realizes that his passion is better used for positivity, then he will make it happen as well. I believe in you, Alex. I believe in you. But yeah, until tomorrow, same time, same place. YouTube live or Facebook live. Most likely Facebook, because most of you guys seems to be loving Facebook more than YouTube. But yeah, 7:30 p.m. UTC +8. Hope to see you again tomorrow. And but until then, of course, please stay home, stay safe, and stay COVID free. And Luis, I'm just using TradingView. It's tradingview.com. I think everybody is using TradingView or that is serious in trading, right? So tradingview.com. You can sign up for a free account. It's free. You don't even have to pay, except if you want to use a ton of indicators and a ton of VP, VR and stuff like that, then you have to pay. And then if you really are serious, then you should be paying, right? But other than that, you can just sign up for free. Okay? See you guys tomorrow.